up, America? It's your girl bringing you some news you can use. We are live at the #1 internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, which is an iHeart radio station. And today we are going to be feeding your brain today. So today we're going to be talking about, of course, everybody's already talking about it, the gun violence, the harassment that all lives should matter, not just black lives, but all lives should matter. But it's getting to a point where you're just scared to drive and you see a police officer, you don't know what's going to happen. And then once they get you, sometimes they won't even call for help. And, maybe you did something or maybe you didn't do something. And so the young man, the 37-year-old young man that was selling CDs, he actually has the owner of the store saying he was a good guy. He let him come and sell CDs, and what happened to the tasers and what happened to the detector, the thing they wear. They said that was knocked off because he knocked the guy to the ground. So we're going to talk about that. And then if you have an opinion or view, we would love for you to call in to Intellectual Radio. Today, we're going to also be discussing one of my favorite books, The Power of Broke, by Damon John. And we're going to talk about the first chapter in that. And if you have any questions or suggestions, you can definitely call in and be a part of the conversation. We are on Facebook Live. We are also on YouTube, and you can also go to Intellectual Radio. That's INTELLECTUAL Radio, RADIO.com. And when you go to the website, you can see us in the box, and you just click on the box and you can watch us live. So that way you have 3 places to watch us: Facebook Live, YouTube, and IntellectualRadio.com. We're going to also talk about some other marketing tools you can use as entrepreneurs, wannabe entrepreneurs, people who are thinking about being entrepreneurs, business owners, or if you just want to supplement your income and have a side hustle. So we're going to share some tips with you. We're also going to have our new co-host is going to also share with you things for cars. So I know y'all definitely want to tune into that because I don't have a clue about a car. I can't even change a flat tire, and don't be hating on me. I can't change one. That's why I got AAA. Hey, and insurance. I got a backup if I need it. But we are live, IntellectualRadio.com. Tweet your friend, Facebook your friend, Instagram your friend, and tell them to get tuned in to Making Waves with Miss Darcy. Back in one moment.
Hi, my name is Team Olivia Page. Listen to Making Waves with Miss Darcy on IR and iHeart radio station, Tuesday and Thursday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. We love you, Miss Darcy.
Hey, this is Lenny Williams, and I enjoy listening to IntellectualRadio.com and Making Waves with Miss Darcy.
It's a new year and the first anniversary of our revolutionary acne treatment. To celebrate, we have an amazing new offer for you. Order Proactive Plus, and for a special limited time, you'll pay just $19.95. Imagine yourself with skin so clear and beautiful, you feel confident to go after all the things you want. Make it happen today with Proactive Plus.
That's a huge difference. Look at that. Proactive Plus makes me feel amazingly beautiful.
Proactive Plus is dermatologist developed to help seek out and fix problem areas on your skin. And it's proven to work 4 times faster than the leading prescription.
This product is doing it. I started seeing results with Proactive Plus within the first week.
Now's the best time ever to order because we're offering extra savings to first-time customers. Call 1-800-773-5681 to get our 3-step system plus free gifts and free shipping, all just $19.95.
I use Proactive Plus every day. Like, I literally use this stuff.
Divine Seafood Grill is an upscale offering simply prepared fresh fish, premium steaks, an impressive wine cellar, and handcrafted cocktails. Sounds intriguing. Our chic, casual atmosphere suits any occasion with seamless upscale service and seafood dishes that truly sets us apart from any other seafood restaurant. Throughout the year, we host exclusive dinners, fundraisers, wine tasting events, private parties, and more. Our privileged guests are devoted foodies and are the first to hear about it via email. You must get on the list. We hope you'll join us at our restaurants in Chicago, Illinois, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Oak Brook Terrace, Illinois, and Miami, Florida. Making Waves with Miss Darcy every Tuesday and Thursday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on IntellectualRadio.com and our radio station, where we certainly feed your brain.
Making Waves with Miss Darcy. We broadcast here at Intellectual Radio every Tuesday and Thursday, starting at 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. And I am your on-air host, Miss Darcy.
I am Albertus Alexander. He will be known as Birdie. I'm the co-host today. Thank you.
And I'm the intern, Lil Scott.
Hey, everybody. I'm Joel. What's going on?
And if you are celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday from Making Waves with Miss Darcy and crew. Hope that you have a joyous occasion, that you get anything that you wish for. We hope that your dreams and wishes do come true, including lavish gifts. So I'm embracing that I'm at Intellectual Radio with a bunch of men, talented men today. So let's talk about, I don't even know which one to talk about, but let's talk about the young man in Louisiana. I think it's Baton Rouge, Louisiana. 37 years old, trying to make a living. He's not stealing. He's that's his side hustle, selling CDs. The owner said that he don't have a problem with him being there. He actually enjoyed him there. He came to him and asked him, could he sell CDs outside the store? Because he had to get permission. And the owner said, yeah. The owner said that he wasn't a threat. He wasn't harassing anybody, because they said they got a call saying he was harassing somebody or threatening someone. The owner said all he knew was all of a sudden they pulled up, grabbed him, and slunk him to the ground. Now, if the man wasn't doing something, what gives the police department the right to do that to a citizen? It's like, when do you draw the line? I thought, as I was a little girl growing up, that you see a police car and their duty was to serve and protect. So what happened? What do you guys think happened? What's going on?
It's too many police officers out there with a God complex who feel as though they have the right to be judge and jury. What they did to that man made no sense. I mean, he was no longer a threat. Once you throw him to the ground and place yourself on top of him, he's no longer a threat. And then you put 5 bullets in him.
And I think they handcuffed him.
Yeah. So I mean,
so even if he had a gun, and let's say the gun, he had a license, or let's flip the script. Y'all know how to flip the script. Let's say he had a gun, but it wasn't registered. Once you throw him to the ground, but this is my thing, before he even throw him to the ground, you pull up and you said that somebody is threatening. He's threatening somebody, harassing somebody. So you pull up and you see this young man with a table and a bunch of CDs, and there's nobody he's harassing. First of all, as an officer, just having an intellectual mind, he should have walked up to him and asked him what was going on, or told him what was going on. But instead, he slammed this young man to the ground, no questions asked. I mean, he had him like in a tight hold.
Yeah.
And then he handcuffed him and had his knee down by his neck. So now, if you even thought he was a threat, which apparently he wasn't, according to the store owner. So then once you do this and handcuff him, why did you shoot him? Because if he handcuffed, he can't be a threat. Because, correct me, y'all, don't the handcuffs go like back here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if he had a gun, where's the threat?
I didn't necessarily see factually if he was handcuffed or not, but even as a citizen, you're still supposed to get approached as a citizen, if you're even being arrested. From what I saw, the gentleman turned his back and they kind of bum rushed him. They jumped him as if other people would jump other people in the streets.
Yeah.
There was no order as far as the police. I didn't see any formal questioning. I didn't see where they even gave him a chance to. A lot of times they'll ask you, are you carrying a weapon?
Yep.
Do you have something that we need to know about? I didn't see any question like that. And if he had a weapon in his pocket, they had both his hands in plain view.
Yeah.
The weapon was not in his hands. It was 2 of them on top of him.
Yeah.
So basically it seems like to me, if you want to give them the benefit of doubt, that maybe it's some form of training that they're missing. But you can see them arrest other people in other race of people, and they seem to have it together, or they seem to be more patient, or they seem to be in the thought process of let's make the arrest and at least preserve a life.
Yeah. Because even if he felt a threat, like my dad said, why come he couldn't taser him?
Right.
And then they were asking for what's the thing, the body cam? That's what I think it's called. They were saying why. He's saying because he had to wrestle him, so it failed, so he couldn't, so that was no recording. Now I don't know if he had one on or not, but I'm subject to think that maybe he didn't have it on for whatever reason, because see, that would tell a whole nother story. That would tell a whole nother story, because then it would have word from the time he got out the car through the entire transaction of what transpired. So was it done on purpose, or was there never a body cam, or was the body cam, even if it fell to the ground, was it even on? Because if a body cam fell to the ground, we just seen the young man a couple of weeks ago where he was on Facebook Live, and remember they shot him execution style while he was on video, and even though he fell, his phone fell to the ground, but the phone was still recording everything that was going. You hear people screaming, saying, hold on. So let's say he did have a body cam on and it failed. Wouldn't it still hear voices or whatever was going to me? Mm-hmm. So was there a body cam, or was it even on? Because there still should be some footage. You could see it should be some movement or a conversation. We didn't hear that. And then we already know, and if the officers don't know, at least we know as citizens, somebody with a iPhone, a tablet, a cell phone of any kind, it's going to record it. They're going to record it. So if you have no problem with it, then here's my question. When something like this happens, which is almost like the norm now, that's what's making more people more upset. And so that's why they were rioting. They were saying they're not getting no justice, no peace. So if they're supposed to serve and protect, and you turn on the news and you see this 37-year-old man, and then you see what happened, you watch the whole, because they say it's going to be graphic, and then you watch it, and then you turn around and see the owner of the store saying, I don't know why they did that. He wasn't. So when you first see it, guys, when you see the video and then if you saw the owner of the store comment, what is going through your mind, and how are you processing what you just saw?
When I first saw it, the first thing that came to my mind is that could be me. And it makes me really scared. I know sometimes when I'm riding through Stone Park, there's a lot of police around there. They could just pull you over for no reason. And if you ask them why or question why, they could try to get physical with you. And it just makes me scared for myself.
Yeah, I don't play with. I don't trust. I don't even go through Stone Park. I got pulled over Stone Park one time. They looking for somebody who had just robbed something. I got my grandbaby in the car. We got on dress outfits, rob somebody looking like this. Are you really serious? We're going to have to detain you. I was on the phone calling my dad. Like, what is this? I don't even go through Stone Park. I'll go around and take extra time. I don't even go down, Manheim, from where the DMV is all the way to Hillside. I go around. I'll just make the extra time. I don't even go down there. You can be going 29 and they'll say you're going too slow.
Oh, yeah.
It just doesn't matter. They got a quota and they going to fill it. You're gonna feel it. So Joel, when you saw the video, what was your reaction?
I'm like angry. I'm very, very angry. I mean, I look at it like this. The Bible states, be angry and sin not. So in my anger, I will not sin. I will not lose what I know is right. I mean, right is right and wrong is wrong. I mean, that's just racism straight up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, we are an endangered species, and I never thought I'd see the day where I say me as a black man is an endangered species.
Mm-hmm. Verdi?
The thing that really scares me about the whole thing is that they're putting so much of this on TV. So much of this we're seeing. It's almost like they almost want us to get adaptation to it, like this is the norm, this is nothing new. What has to happen is that we have to be proactive as a people before there's an incident and while there's not an incident. And by they putting these things on in front of us, they want us to get used to it, not to be shocked about it, and kind of like, well, not accept it as the norm. And I just think as a people, we have to really concentrate on the laws, concentrate who we put in these offices, and make our money count where it's supposed to count.
Yeah. And then we have the situation with the guy. Is it Minnesota?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Where the girlfriend, the young man, and the child was in the car. Now, do anybody know what happened? I think they pulled him over for a tail light. I think somebody said broken tail light. Now, of course, he's in the car. They're pointing the gun in the car. This man, they done shot him. Now, because I'm trying to figure out how did he get shot from broken tail light. This made me think about Sandra Bland, honestly. But then, for whatever reason, they shot him. And then they're still pointing the gun. So how is he an immediate threat? The young man got on a white shirt, and the whole shirt is covered in blood. What was your? I mean, when I saw that, I couldn't even say anything. I kept thinking that could have been my son, or my brother, or my dad.
I don't see how logically, when you think about how anybody really is a threat, unless they have the same capabilities as you have as you approach them.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens is, police officers, the term for self-defense is what would a logical person do to think that they need to defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is, by people being police officers, they try to use that as giving them longitude to say, well, through their experiences, they're going to be more inclined to be on the defense. And the thing is that before they are police officers, they're people. Yeah. And the thing is that they need to learn and respect the fact that they're approaching another person as well, and realize what really is a threat, what really makes them. They need to just cut back on giving them so much longitude to saying that you're a police officer and we understood that you may have thought he had something, but there ought to be specific guidelines that say if this didn't exist, then also the threat of danger did not exist.
Because, and I agree with you, Brady, because guess what? If they don't come to some type of solution or agreement or protocol,
right?
There's 30 to 60 shootings just here in the city of Chicago every weekend, right? And then you got all the other states. So now this is happening in other states. We're going to be an endangered species. We're not going to even be able to live and grow up. And we don't have to be involved in doing anything. You take the example of Sandra Bland. She's smoking in her car. They pulled her over. They had words. Maybe she shouldn't have said something, but you entitled to do whatever in your car as long as you're not breaking the law. Mm-hmm. That's the first thing. And every time I look at Sandra Bland, I think about me, my sisters, my girlfriends, even my mother. And then all of a sudden, Sandra Bland winds up dead in the jail cell. Really? When you think you've heard it all, then something trumps that. And so people do have a right, just like you said, Joe, people have a right to be angry because it hasn't happened to us, but we are human, so we feel the pain. When I saw that young boy crying on TV with his mother for his dad, I got emotional. And I don't even know this young man. Yeah. But I know he shouldn't grow up without his father. His father didn't do anything. Yeah. Now they got to bury this man. And he gets to see this. This young man gets to see what happened to his father. And he's probably saying, well, why? He didn't do anything. So you mean you can get shot and you don't have to do anything? And then my thing, now, I don't know about punishment, you guys, but I think it should be stiffer laws, like Verdi said, but I think it should be stiffer laws, more training. They say they don't have the money for training, but you have to find some because you're killing people, taking people's lives. Mm-hmm. And then the same thing with the gangbangers, the 4-year-old that got shot. One of them is crippled. They're not gonna be able to walk again. Then they just had one the other day, just got shot. Was outside playing and don't even live here, was visiting for the summer. And the person was now see, this is what I don't understand. Now they got these red cameras and you don't make a complete stop at a red light, complete stop. You don't get a ticket in the mail for $100. Mm-hmm. If you beat it, call me because I don't know nobody that beat it. And then you're going to say, well, I stopped. You didn't make a complete stop. You need to pay this $100. And then 10 days you don't pay it, it's going to double. Now you can go and send a picture to me because I didn't make a complete stop at a light. But this young man the other day, I think it was yesterday, when the other little boy got shot, he was outside playing. He rode up on the bike. He wasn't even in a car. He was on a bike. He rode up yesterday between 7 and 9, rode up on a bike and just started shooting at the porch. And the little boy just had, they said all the casings were just all over the porch and all over the sidewalk. So he didn't even have an aim. He just shooting at the porch and didn't care who was in the crossfire. And the little 4-year-old boy got shot yesterday. Or was it? It might have been Tuesday, but I know it was either Tuesday or yesterday. So then they tell you on the news what happened. When you see this video, it's going to be graphic. At the end of the story, they say the 2 officers in question are suspended with pay. How about suspending them without pay?
About firing them.
Because to me, it's like, because while the investigation is going on, right? It's like a big. So if they already know, I can go and shoot me, you, whoever. They gonna suspend me. I'm gonna give vacation pay. I can walk around and do whatever I want. But if you say I'm gonna suspend you until the investigation goes on, but without pay, I bet you they gonna look at it a little different. Because now you're hitting them where it hurts. I just don't see giving them pay while the investigation can take 6-8 months, a year. Then they're gonna think twice before they do it. What do you think? Do you think no, or they should get the suspension with pay, or should it be without pay?
Fire them. Fire them.
Well, see, they said they can't fire. They can't fire you until they do this investigation. You know, they have to do the internal investigation.
Internal affairs.
Yeah, they have to go through all the evidence or whatever. And I understand all of that. But to me, like somebody said on Facebook this morning, how much evidence do you need if the video speaks for itself?
Right.
What's the investigation going to do? You see, if millions of people are watching this video, they say it's like 2 to 3 million people have already saw this video, the one with the young man in Louisiana, and it's been shared 200,000 times on Facebook alone. When any human that has a decent mind watch the video, what is the investigation going to do?
Right.
You got evidence. You got the store owner. What more evidence do you need?
Video is the best evidence you could get.
Yeah, that's it.
But the thing is why I say that there needs to be a hard line, statutory, saying what things need to be present before you can do these things. And then everybody can watch the video and say, he did not see this, they did not have that. But what happened is when you have when you put the defense of self-defense up, it's all about what does the person think logically is self-defense. And you can't see that on tape. But if you have something where it says, we didn't see this, we didn't see this, and we didn't see this, you had no right to act in such a manner, then everybody would say that. And also, the funny thing about it is, if there wasn't police officers and he saw me wrestling the guy on the ground and I shot him, I would be arrested.
Sure would. In a heartbeat.
It wouldn't be no, well, we need to.
Ain't going to be no
We
investigation.
need to wind
either.
it back and put it in slow motion and see. If somebody said, that man shot me and nobody's seen him, that man is going to get arrested and proven differently. Yeah. I'm not really concerned about the pay. The money is not really the issue. The thing is, there needs to be a proper way to prosecute under this condition as opposed to just leaving a gray area. There's too many gray areas.
Now, I agree with you on that because self-defense could be me saying, Earl won't let me in the studio. So I feel threatened. And I call Broadview. Right. And they come out, and I know half of Broadview from meetings and network. Definitely. And they'll be like, Miss Darcy, what happened? Or Earl I'm threatened by Earl. They're going to arrest Earl. They ain't going to even ask him, did he do anything? They not going. And see, that's the scary part. Your definition of threat. Because when you read the definition of a threat, that means somebody finna take your life.
Bodily harm.
So if there's nothing that shows that, like Verdi said, to show that you feel threatened, because anybody can say they feel threatened. They said that this young man was harassing somebody. When they pulled up, the officer could clearly see that he wasn't harassing somebody because he was selling CDs.
Right.
Who was he harassing? So he overreacted, and then this man ended up dead. So if they had a protocol, like Verdi said, a protocol to say, you know what, if you feel threatened and you're a police officer, here are the 6 questions you need to ask yourself. And if you cannot validate these 6 questions, and there's a shooting and there's a video footage, there won't be an investigation, because once we see the live video coverage and it shows that you were wrong and you can't answer these 6 questions, you automatically terminated. There go your pension. There go, and I promise you, things will change. I really believe that. But now my question would be, for something like that, who do you submit something like that to even have them look at it? Who would you, if somebody wanted to do a press release or just submit a letter, where would they start? Who would they send it to?
It would have to be some kind of federal agency that would be higher than all the municipalities and the state police.
Would you start with the governor? Well,
no, higher than the governor.
Would you start with the president?
It had to be federal. Yeah, it had to start at the federal level. And then it'd have to be across the board, because you can't have it in one state and another state. Everybody's a human being.
It should be all the way around. Yeah. And then my thing is, when, we have these so-called, and I ain't gonna call no names, so-called political people, aldermen, mayors, reverends, whoever you are, the powers that be. Whenever something go wrong, they get a 5 or 10 minute light and limelight. But then all this is going on just in Chicago every week, 30 to 40 shootings, and nothing is being done. This holiday weekend, it was 60. So it's double and nothing is being done. So where are these so-called leaders at now? Why aren't you meeting and said, we're going to have a meeting and we're going to discuss A, B, C, and D? Just like Verdi said, we're going to hash this out. Now, they did have one meeting. I think it was either at Malcolm X or on the South Side, but nobody knew about it. They said, well, you never be people there. So why not you broadcast everything else? Why not broadcast the meeting and let the citizens that live here go and offer their feedback? Now I understand there's one this month, and I'm trying to find out when and where, because I would like to attend. But it's almost like it's a secret, and it shouldn't be. It should be like on a billboard somewhere. Come and give your opinions on what we can do to combat gun violence in Chicago. We got to start somewhere. We can't just stay in our house and don't live, because that's what it's coming to. That's really what it's coming to. Now, I don't know if you all saw what happened yesterday. I was visiting my dad, and at 7:24 yesterday morning, a young man, he usually drops his mother off, and he said this particular time his mother said she wasn't going. He was on his way to work. He stopped at the gas station on 89th, and he went and prepaid for his gas, came out, and 3 guys jumped him after he pumped the gas. They beat him. He was bleeding. They went in his pockets, took all his money, then took his keys and drove off in the car. Wow. Yesterday at 7:24 on 89th and something. So now you tell me you can't even get gas now?
Well, I like to look at things on a bigger picture than just the simplicity of someone being robbed. The thing is, if someone wants to change their life around and they're in that type of thing, what do they do? Like, one of the solutions that I've been thinking about is, and you speak about grant writing and things of that nature. Why aren't there programs, or someone steps up, create a school where guys can go learn trades? Okay, but one of the requirements to get in this school, you have to be a gangbang. You have to be a gang member. You want to have to come out of this. This is the only way you can get this grant, or this is the only way we will pay for you. Not just the average person. We gotta take out the elements and put them in other elements and have them use that energy for something else. And if you take these people and say, hey, if you're a gang member, you want to get out of here, you come to this school, we'll teach you a trade. And not only that, we're going to have other people, contractors, that's going to hire you and put you to work. Every neighborhood has down-run properties. Every neighborhood has vacant properties. Why can't we take the same thing, put those people to work, build back up our neighborhood? And if you get these people where they have a way of making money, I would think a lot of the violence would stop. It's hard to tell somebody you don't need to survive today. You don't need to do this and you don't need to do that, and that's all they know. Yeah. And that's part of the problem.
Well, I agree with you 100% on that. I've been asking for some leaders to get together and come together, and we're going to a pilot project, get some funding, get abandoned building or whatever, have it, because they have money to have it rehab, and have some programs in there for individuals. Now, I know some agencies, some non-for-profit agencies do have, You come here, they give you bus fare. You can only be late 3 times. They do give you bus fare. They will give you a gas card if you're driving, but you have to be attending. And then when you get done, they will find you a job. Now, I've known them to hire people at ComEd. It's called, I forgot what the program is called. You can have a background. They have a program for people that have a background, and then they have one for people that don't have a background. People that don't have a background, you can graduate sooner and be placed, they help with your resume, and they have companies that will hire you just because you have a background. Those who don't, well, of course, will have more of an opportunity, but you have to go through their program. It's a 4 to 6 week program. Now, I met with the young man early part of the years. It's in the city of Chicago, and then they looking for agencies they can partner with, and they would pay the agency to bring in people, and they would get a stipend for bringing people into the program. And so that's what my goal is to do in the fall, to bring people that want to get into radio and TV, who want to get into social media, who want to go and get into voiceovers, and bring them here, even if they have a background, so that the school is going to pay them, but my organization will also get a stipend. So I don't know, a lot of people know about the program, but that I know of that program because I went to one of the orientations and sat all day and watched the different people come in. And they were saying someone told them about it, but they didn't see it on social media. So maybe they need to, maybe promote or advertise it more. But I think it's an excellent program. But I'm with you because they have nothing else to do. Because these 3 young men that robbed this man yesterday morning at 7:24, they had to plan it, because you don't just wake up and say, right, oh, I'm going to the gas station, and this guy come to the gas station. You say, oh, him. It had to be planned. And then after you beat him and he's bleeding, you start going through his pocket, and then you take his car. No, they gonna find the car. They wouldn't even say what kind of car it was. They're gonna find the car. Yeah. So, but then the one thing I was glad is to hear that the gas station did have video coverage. So they have a description of the guys. They don't know who they are, but they do have a description, and that is floating on social media saying, do you know these individuals? Do you know where they are? But the young man is going to be okay. They say he's going to have a limp, and he got some bruises and some cuts, but he said he couldn't even believe that it actually happened to him. So, I mean, things happen. I know with ladies, sometimes we put our purse on the passenger side if we riding by ourselves, or on the passenger floor if we pumping gas. And so if your door is open and you pumping gas on this side, somebody on this side will come and go get your purse. And when you get back in the car, your purse is gone. So now when I get out the car, I make sure I lock my door, put my purse on the floor, but I lock it and then pump my gas. And I'm so, at first I ain't gonna do that. I'm so mindful of doing that because it happens. Now the man pump gas, I watch gas, I watch my surroundings, but now you have to even be more careful. Because he said as soon as he took the pump out and put it in, they knocked him down. So at 7:30 in the morning.
Well, one thing that's going to have to happen, and it's going to be the hardest thing for us. Somebody knows who did that.
Yep.
Somebody knows who the perpetrator was.
Just like the shooting of the little boys, the 4-year-olds. So they know, somebody knows what actually happened. But as far as the officers, the video tells that part, but go ahead.
But we scared to come forward as a people and say, hey, these people did that. They need to be arrested and prosecuted or whatever. And the thing is, what we scared that they're going to kill us, but the bottom line is we're getting killed anyway.
Yeah, right.
So it's like you either get killed or get killed. It's not my business or it's not my concern until it hits home. And that's what we have to realize. We have to start looking at stuff collectively instead of individually.
It's more black on black crime than I've ever seen in my life. Literally. That we are killing our own people over nonsense. I've never seen it this, where you hear 30 shootings, 60 shootings. Back in the day, you may hear 5 or 6. Now it's like, some of the crime is black on black. Not all of it, but some of it. Not all of it. It may be a toss between black on black and then the violence with the police department. That's mostly what I've been hearing. But there are some gang initiations where they got to shoot on the expressway to get in the gang. And when you're growing up, because it was on the news, they were saying it's a gang initiation. It started at the beginning of this year. And when did you hear since the beginning of the year that people were getting shot on the expressway? They said it was gang related. It's a gang initiation. And then if the person don't die on the expressway, you got to do it again. That's your initiation into a gang. It was on the news. Not saying the news ain't correct, but that's where I got the information from. It was on the news. It was on CNN News. So we are live, IntellectualRadio.com, Making Waves with Ms. Darcy. If you have a comment or a view, you can please feel free to call in. Khalil, give them the number to call in.
708-223-8953.
So if you have go ahead.
708-223-8953.
So if you have a comment or a suggestion about the two shootings, the one in Minnesota and the one in I think it's Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a call, with your opinion or suggestion on how to combat the gun violence. And up next, we're going to be discussing the first chapter of The Power of Broke. Don't go anywhere. IntellectualRadio.com and iHeart Radio Station. Back in a moment.
I want to spend more time with my family and those who depend on me.
I want to earn a little extra income now that I'm retired.
I want to work part-time while I put myself through school.
I want the freedom to follow my passion and still earn a good living.
With Uber, it's all possible.
Uber is a smartphone-based app that connects drivers with riders at the push of a button.
Uber is available 24/7.
It fits around my existing schedule, so I can work whenever and wherever I want.
Accept the fare, and a pickup is just moments away.
Riders are charged automatically through the app, and at the end of each week, I receive a direct deposit into my account.
Safe and easy.
Around the globe, Uber is empowering people to be their own boss.
You can run your business the way you want,
without having to give up on what matters most.
I want to earn more, save more, and plan for my future.
I want the flexibility to spend time on what's important to me. I want the security to be able to chase my dreams.
I want to be part of a growing company that's changing the way people move. I want to be an Uber partner.
It's a new year and the first anniversary of our revolutionary acne treatment. To celebrate, we have an amazing new offer for you. Order Proactive Plus, and for a special limited time, you'll pay just $19.95. Imagine yourself with skin so clear and beautiful, you feel confident to go after all the things you want. Make it happen. Plus.
That's a huge difference. Look at that. Proactive Plus makes me feel amazingly beautiful.
Proactive Plus is dermatologist developed to help seek out and fix problem areas on your skin. And it's proven to work 4 times faster than the leading prescription.
This product is doing it. Results with Proactive Plus within the first week.
Now's the best time ever to order because we're offering extra savings to first-time customers. Call 1-800-773-5681 to get our 3-step system plus free gifts and free shipping. All just $19.95.
I use Proactive Plus every day. Like, I literally use this stuff.
They say I need to slow it down when driving my fancy car. Driving my fancy car. See, I know why you mad me. I'm getting more money than you. Getting more money than you. Everybody knows why you do what you do. It's 'cause I'm getting more money than you. Getting more money than you. They say they lose their appetite when I always front the bill. Always front the bill. But baby, there's no need to lie, 'cause I know how you really feel. How you really feel. Oh, see, I know why you mad at me. I'm getting more money than you. Getting more money than you. Everybody knows why you do what you do. It's 'cause I'm getting more money than you. Getting more money than you.
So welcome back. We're talking about the gun violence, not just in Chicago, but everywhere. And I had watched CNN where they were saying that it was connected to gang violence. But again, after talking with individuals, you know, it could be just for ratings. So it's alleged. So we really don't know if the gangs are initiating the shootings, you know, on the expressway. But whoever is shooting, please put the guns down. We just want to live our life. I mean, we know the struggle is real. So, you know, and if you are one of those individuals that are partaking of the shooting or with the gang or whatever, what can we do as citizens to help you? You know, is it job training? Is it a skill? Is it mentoring? Is it a trade? You know, I would love to hear from you all. Literally, you can inbox me on Facebook. If you want it to stay confidential, I can keep it confidential. But I would love to know what we can do to assist you when it comes to generating a revenue or making ends meet for yourself as well as your family. Have the book here, Damon John, The Power of Broke. Everybody knows him when he started with FUBU. And he was selling shirts and stuff out of his car, and people didn't think that he was going to be where he is today. He probably didn't even think where he was going to be here today. But some of the topics and the subtitles of the chapters, you know, how empty pockets, a tight budget, how hungry are you for success if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, telling you that you are great and that you have greatness within you, which is a quote that Les Brown speaks of highly, and how to be competitive in this industry if you're an entrepreneur. So a lot of the things that he talks about is things that each one of us as entrepreneurs have taken that road. It just may be a different road, but we went there. So he's just sharing his experiences about the power of being broke, and then how you can rise and grind from being broke. And then he talks about that money changes everything, and how as entrepreneurs, how you should save, and that broke isn't just personal. That is chapter number 5. I haven't got there yet, but the title makes me want to read that. So when you hear a title of a book called The Power of Broke, we'll start down at the end with Joel. What's the first thing come to your mind that someone wrote a book entitled it The Power of Broke?
I think it says that it's all in your mentality. I mean, if you have a mentality of being broke, that has a power over you. Either you could give into it, or you can say, I'm not going to give into it and, you know, rise above it.
Okay. Like people will say, well, my mother's mother was on public assistance and my grandmama was on public assistance. So that means I have to be on public. No, not necessarily. You can be the person that changed the cycle.
Yep.
So Joe, Khalil, when you hear the title, The Power of Broke, what comes to your mind?
Anything's possible. Like, someone has to start from something, and even if you start from nothing, you could gain notoriety and become powerful. Like people like Tyler Perry, who had nothing, and now look at them, they're millionaires and have their own production companies and everything.
Yeah, because he was homeless.
Yeah,
like literally, and had no father figure, and that's why he created Madea, the character Madea, because he was raised by all women. Verdi?
The power of broke means, in my mind, that you need to let broke be a motivating factor and not a decapitating factor. And the point to where you think I'm broke and that's the end. The thing is, I tell everybody, you have to move your broke line up. You have to say, hey, I'm broke at this point instead of I'm broke at this point. And that will give you the motivation to stay at a certain level. We all have the ability to raise money when our backs are against the wall. If the lady say, well, we're going to give you a payment plan for your phone bill if you have this money by X amount of time. And magically and mysteriously, we tighten our belts and we come up with the money. That's the power of being broke. That's the power of knowing that, hey, I can raise money when I have to. But the thing is, we have to maintain that focus all the time before we actually get broke.
Yeah, and it's not easy. And then a lot of things I hear individuals say, even my mentor, don't always speak it. Because sometimes when you speak it, you're actually putting that pressure on yourself to be broke. You know, I'm broke. Yeah, I'm broke. I'm always broke. I'm always this. So sometimes we have to watch our words and what we say. Well, this is what Damon John said before he gets into his first chapter. He says the power of broke is a mindset. It exists in all of us, whether we have money, opportunities, or advantages. The trouble is most people don't recognize this power for what it really is. They leave it alone, or maybe they don't even know that it's there. Instead, they buy into the line from people in suits, fancy offices, or business schools who tell us that there's a certain way to start a business. And to start a business, you have to have money, which is not necessarily so, but it helps. Then he says that only works for a few of us, and that's only for a while. We take the term the power of broke and all about the substance, and it over narrates our entire mind and body. It's about taking a shot over playing it safe. He said the money runs out after a while, but deep pockets may or may not have. They'll never be deep enough to buy all the passion and genuinity and determination it takes to have success over the long haul. He said if we start changing our mindset, things will change for us in the long haul. Do you all agree with that statement?
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with it.
So for him, he was saying it wasn't easy. He had to go without. Things happen in his life. And so he doesn't dwell on it, but that's a part of his story. Because everybody has a story, just different flavor. So people always want to know how you got where you is. And then when he wants to sit down and share, they don't want to hear he was broke or he didn't have any food or he ate peanut butter. That's not what they want to hear. What they want to hear is, tell me what you did to get where you are right now. And it's a process. So a person can't just tell you how they became a millionaire without telling you what they went through to get to this point. And he say sometimes he could tell the people when he go to the different states with the book signing, that's what they want to hear. So they don't want to really hear the story. They just want you to tell me how you arrived.
Oh, at the end.
And so is that not what goes on in our life today? If somebody see you with a new car or a new house or a new client or new sponsor, what's the first thing they say to you?
How you do that?
Well, you got some money.
But they don't want to know what you went through to get to that process. And why do you think that is?
We are in a microwave society where we want it like right now.
Yeah, find a quick way out.
Yeah, nobody want to hustle no more. They just want it right now.
And do you think that's why a lot of individuals go out and like sell drugs or dope? Because that's they call it what, easy money,
fast money.
Yeah. And they don't care what the cost, because you know it's going to be some repercussions behind that. So it kind of goes back to what Verdi said, is having programs and trades and schools and opportunities for individuals where if they, like he said, if they are, now I don't know anybody that say, if you are a gangbanger, you know, like what can we do to help you? We have this program, and you would probably be surprised at the number of people that would probably show up because they've never had that asked to them that way.
They actually will talk to one another about, did you hear about this, man?
Yeah.
Nobody else can come but us. That's going to make them get it spread it. But when there's always programs where people can walk in, but if you have one that's specifically geared that says this is for you guys, then that will make them talk about it.
Yeah. And then Damon says we all should be a true innovator. And he says already inside of us, he said it happens from the bottom up. Even sometimes we don't even know. We get excited about break dance and rap music, poetry, iPods, smartwatches, electric cars, and you just get so excited. So all of these people who designed or created that had a vision. They just didn't know if their vision was going to go to that level. And so he was saying that it grows organically. So you put that big idea out there. You can't think small. You got to always think big, because if you think small, and then once you reach small, you stop, because you don't know that you can actually double that or triple that, or take your program not just in Chicago, have it in Atlanta, have it in LA, have it in New York. Really? I could actually do that? So that's why we have to do our homework when we're starting a business, see what's out there, find a solution to a problem. And sometimes finding a solution to a problem, you could meet someone, like Verdi said, it could be a grant writer. You might not have any money, but maybe they can show you what to do to get a 501c3 or to get funding immediately if you do A, B, C, D, E. Because then sometimes people, you can get that to them and then they still don't do it. Now, why y'all think that is? I kind of know what y'all going to say, but let's say somebody needs something and you give them all the information to do it and they still don't do it.
They don't want to do it.
They don't want to put the work in to do it.
I think they want you to do it because you gave them the information, so you should just go ahead and do it for them.
Right, shortcut for it.
Yeah. I think they want you to do that for us. So we went to a networking event yesterday. I like to go to networking events that are downtown, and I always have a problem with that $30-some parking, $40-some parking. So we were able to go to an event yesterday where they talked about pitching your product, service, or brand. Really nice people. The information was really helpful. We got to meet some people. They asked us what we did. What can they do to help us? I got 7 referrals for speaking engagements. You just never know where things are going to happen. At first, I wasn't going to go, and then I decided to go. And then I asked Sharon to go, and they even posted our pictures and tagged us on Facebook this morning. And I just want to say thank you, because I thought that was really, really nice. They were so warm. I mean, it felt like you knew them within 20 or 30 minutes of actually being there. So now Damon started FUBU. So do you think he did it to make money, or do you think he started FUBU because he wanted to be an entrepreneur?
Maybe in the beginning he did it to make money, but then eventually he saw what it had the opportunity to become. And then he looked at himself as an entrepreneur.
He said the spirit of his clothes was actually in the name, because he said he would watch people on how they would put on new clothes or clothes with bling, and they would have like a swag, their personality, which is still them, but they would change. And y'all know how we is. We get something new. Y'all know we had that little swag. Hey, how y'all doing? So you ain't necessarily tell them, but you're going to pretty much let them know, oh, this is new. I paid some money for this. So that's what he was saying. And so that's what he wanted to be, the person to come up with something that made people feel good about themselves. But did he not know that it was going to be a successful brand and then branch out to where it was? He was selling stuff out of his car for a long time. And then look where he at. Just to think of him when he started and where he is now, I think that should be an inspiration for anybody. And if you don't have the power broke, I don't know if it's at the library, but I would invest that $20-some and get that book, because I'm telling you, I've read the first 3 chapters and I'm serious. It made me go back and say, wow, I had to go get my highlighter to highlight certain points that we already know as individuals, as entrepreneurs, but sometimes hearing it from somebody else saying it a different way, it makes you say, wow, I never thought about that. And then he gives you advice while he's sharing the information. So I had to go back and read chapter 3 again, because it was just a wealth. Not that 1 and 2 wasn't good, y'all, but it was just a wealth of information. So I urge people to get the book, join in participation with us as we read this book. You can also go on to like the reads and all that and pull down the book. It may be cheaper if you have a tablet or a Kindle. You might can get it a used copy or something like that. But I think everybody should read that entire book. And I'm not an advocate reader. I like to get audio and videos from the library. But if it's got something to do with entrepreneurship and things I know I need to further my career, don't think I won't get a book and sit down and turn the TV off and read the book. Because Tyler Perry say, we watch these shows, back then it was Dynasty, now it's Empire. We watch all these shows and we're supporting them. and we're making them richer, but then we're struggling. We change our whole lifestyle to get home at 8 o'clock to watch this show. And he's saying, why not get a video or something that's going to enhance our income and take our income and double it? He's talking about the hours that people spend watching, and I'm guilty of it. And I'm tell you how guilty I am. I will have my laptop in my lap and the TV on. I can't tell you what they said. I may hear something and look up, but I'm working. But why not turn the TV off? So that your mind is completely on, on what you're doing. And so that's something that I'm working on. Because I used to can DVR 20 hours. And on Saturday and Sunday be trying to catch up. Like, really? They already have arrived. I'm trying to get where they are. So, we need to be, following Tyler Perry, Damon John, the people that invented Shark Tank, the Steve Harvey, who lived in his car for a long time. Now he's a billionaire. Yeah. When he landed Family Feud and that new talk show with the kids, I mean, that just took him, and so people like to focus on what he did. Well, he was cheated on his wife. He did that. So what? That wasn't our life. It's not our place to judge him. So he made a mistake because he talks about his mistakes. But look where he is now. You might not want to take his relationship advice, but you might want to take his entrepreneurial, struggle or grind. There's something good in everyone. So you can always take out the good in someone. The same thing with Obama. People talk about, well, he didn't do this for us, and he didn't do this for us and for our minorities. But what did he do? He did do a lot while he was in office. So let's focus on that. I know he is one president that went into the White House with student loans until he finished his book deal, because he used his money from his book deal to pay off his student loans. And he ain't had no problem admitting it. He's human just like we are. So let's give him credit for what he did do. Maybe he couldn't do everything, but when he was handed this position, it was already messed up. Literally, it was messed up. Now, on the other hand, when you think about Quinn and Ronna, that's a whole different story. I think that should be handled a little better than what it is, but hopefully it will. But I just want to share that information with you. We have ran out of time. I did want to share some marketing tips with you, so I'm gonna quickly say those. While I'm doing that, while I'm pulling this up, I'm gonna let Bertie tell you about his car business.
I own B&G Auto Repair at 12658 South Winchester in Calumet Park. And every time I'm on here, I would like to maybe give a little tip, a little information. I think the biggest thing my customers leave with is information. Real quickly, you guys know the difference between repair and maintenance?
No.
Maintenance is just the upkeep of your car.
Like your oil change. I used to not get the oil change, but I know now.
Well, the professional term is that maintenance is supposed to help you prevent repairs.
Oh,
upkeep.
Repairs happens when they happen. Maintenance is supposed to not put you in that position. One of the simple things, like one of the most overlooked things, is the rotation of tires. The reason why rotating tires is necessary, because think about it.
Cold weather.
I'm just gonna make it simple. We all have shoes. And sometimes we take the shoes off and the shoes leaning. The shoes ain't, after a while, they're not sitting flat, they leaning. That's the same way your tires go across the road. If you rotate the tires, they're all gonna wear it down, but you want them to wear it down evenly. If you get tires that's more that wear down unevenly, that's the faster you're gonna have to turn them. The tread is gonna wear out in one place faster than the other. Versus by you rotating them, it doesn't wear out in one spot. It gives you longer life on your tires. That's why that's called maintenance. Rotation of tires is maintenance, so you don't have to replace your tires, which is repair. And that's my tip for today.
All right, well, I didn't know that. I did know about the oil change. They put that little sticker in the window. And I wait, it said you can wait for a certain amount of miles or that mileage. And I wait for the mileage. I never did look at the date. I'm like, okay, when last time you had your oil change? I said, well, it told me I got. They said, no, ma'am. It gives you a date and it gives you the mileage. So if one happens before the other one, you need to take your car in and get an oil change. So I had to learn that the hard way before my engine locked up. So I didn't know that. I still know how to change a tire. I'm not trying to learn. So I don't know nobody inbox me saying they can show. I don't want to learn how to change no tire. But I appreciate it. I got Earl right here. I got Joel. got Khalil, and now I got Birdie. So I won't never be with a flat tire. Oh, Earl said he'd be glad to. So y'all can contact. You can't put gas in your car? Why you can't? Yes, you can. I'm gonna show you after the show. How about that? So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll be discussing chapters 2 through 5 next week. And I want everybody to please be safe, watch your surroundings. I can't stress it enough. And let's pray for the 37-year-old in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and the young man in Minnesota, the young man yesterday that was on 89th, that was carjacked. Let's just pray for everyone. It's just so much going on. I'm serious. It is so much going on. And just be careful out here. So we need to be more prayerful about what's going on in our surroundings. And so I want to thank everybody for tuning in. In closing, I want to say build your own dreams, or someone else will how you build theirs, and that will be me, and we're out.
Did you know that VetLife Inc. is hiring? They have great opportunities available to work for city and federal contracts. They are currently looking for journeymen, tradesmen, electricians, plumbers, carpenters, and painters. If you have these extraordinary skills or know someone who has experience and skills in the construction business industry and would like to work for city and federal contracts, short and long term, please have them reach out to vetlifeinc@gmail.com. Again, that's vetlifeinc@gmail.com, or visit their website at www.vetlifeinc.com. www.vetlifeinc.com. Or you can reach out to them at 773-941-8289. Again, that number is 773-941-8289. If you're looking for employment and you would like to work as a contractor for the city and federal, then please reach out to vetlifeinc@gmail.com. They're waiting to hear from you.